So everybody had had supper, and they turned in for the night. And now, during the night, one of the sailors is troubled. He is hearing a sound of dice, a constant sound of their rattling together. And while the ship lies anchored in the bay, he is not the only one who is troubled by dreams. Everyone seems to be, in their own way, restless, except for the captain, who snores so thunderously. Tohatu lays down in the bay, down with the anchor, asleep with the fishes, but somehow he is also restless. He seems to be seeking companionship. As Tohatu is circling in the water, he approaches the anchor, somehow curious at what he had previously seen, and still filled with questions.
So, what did you mean by the treasure of civilization?
Oh, hi, Tohatu! Yeah, the treasures! I just hold them down here. I'm supposed to keep them depressed deep down in the earth.
Don't you find that a little strange?
Oh no, it's my job!
Like, it's kind of a weird job to be doing, don't you think?
Well, you know, it's a lot of hard work.
Oh, I can assume that it would be hard work, brother, but what exactly do you got down there?
Just what I told you. All the wealth and greed of civilizations. You have to return to the sea what's due to the sea.
Oh, I guess I'm glad that I didn't touch it.
Indeed, you showed a certain purity and strength of will, and for that you will be rewarded. You see how you do not wear the shackles of guilt. They are still attached to me.
You mean like those things that the captain threw to me?
Indeed.
Oh. That's... okay.
For that you will not be burdened by me. Instead, I will only grant you my strength.
Well, thank you, Dredge. I appreciate it, brother.
Indeed. The shackles are the reason that the last anchorway, he didn't make it to the surface so good.
I gotta say that's a little bit unsettling, but I'm glad that we can be friends.
Well, seeing how you breathe underwater, I think you would have been okay, maybe, for a while.
I don't like to think about what could be, I like to think about how things are now, because dwelling on existential dread hurts my brain.
Well, hey, at least there's no other life in the water right now. It was crazy. The storm really brought in a whole lot of stuff up from the bay. Well, I guess in the morning we'll be weighing off to sail.
I can't wait to be back on the sea.
Do you know where the captain's having us go?
No idea.
Alright. Oh yeah, and Tohatu, there was one thing I wanted to ask you.
Spit it.
What brings you to sea?
I guess I just want to get back to some normal seats, where I usually am.
Okay. Well, you've already shown that it's not for the money. Lots of men have died chasing greed.
I don't want to get rich. I just want to live a little bit better than I was before.
So why board a pirate ship?
He told me there'd be monsters.
Yeah, you kind of look like one yourself. Not to speak ill of your appearance. You fit in with the fishes.
You know, I don't really know what happened to me. One minute I'm drowning. The next I look like this. Weird crap around here, don't you think?
I'm a bit of a weird one myself.
I mean, not to speak ill of you, but you're the first talking anchor I've ever actually had.
Oh, I'm not an anchor, I'm a spirit trapped in the anchor.
That is also, that's an unsettling thought too. How exactly did you go about getting trapped in the anchor if it isn't too weird to ask about?
Like I said, it's my job. I'm a pretty depressing guy.
Duly noted.
Gotta keep the weight of civilization down, you know.
That's a little existential Dredge shit itself, ain't it?
Alright, well, sweet dreams.
Yeah, you sleep well too. If you can sleep. I'm not sure how anchors work around here. I don't know if you sleep or...
I don't really know either.
Okay, you have a good night. that...
Someone's sleep if one's not awake.
So we return to the decks. The one who was assigned to the night watch was Bloody Evening Cosmic Cave. And as she walks the decks, nocturnal as she usually is, she finds nothing but still waters and much quietness over the sea, aside from the thunderous noises coming from the cabin.
Hello, the Shadow, are you there?
I am always with you.
Oh, that's a little ominous.
Consider it a contract in the best of both of our interests.
Yes, I was meaning to ask you about that. Could you tell me a bit more about what exactly you are and what I possess? I'm a little confused at the moment.
You shall be bathed in shadow wherever you choose. In the brightest of day, you can always see to my darkness. I will cast a cloud. If you need a weapon, I can grant it. Powers make the sharpest blade cut darker and deeper.
Interesting. I wonder, my people, we used to use the magic of our forest in order to enchant our weapons, and we tinkered with the power of nature. Is it like that?
Far beyond. I am not one from this dimension. I was plucked. I devoured an entire world, and this is only a fraction of my existence.
Who are you?
I told you. I am merely a shadow.
Well, does this mean that I will be able to always be clouded in darkness, as in there's going to be a dark cloud over my head always, or...
By that, do you mean that you are not already pursued by sadness? Stolen princess?
Well, I mean, my life has been a bit of a downhill journey. I seem to always find myself in the most precarious of situations.
The darkness in you is what brought me to you, child.
I guess I've never heard of someone say that my soul is dark before. Well, what can I do to help you, to strengthen us?
Squelch out any light, anywhere that we can find it.
Like candles, or do you mean people's lights?
It seems as if you understand well.
Very well. You promise that this will be worth it?
Have I not already given you power?
I don't believe so.
You have merely yet to test your limits.
Well, I suppose that means I should try to test my limits then, yes? And she's going to do the basic assessment of speed, strength, and agility, I guess, climbing, acrobatics.
She's scurrying around the ship, basically.
Kinda.
Yeah.
She's stalking.
Alright, so she has a, did I already tell you a stealth stat? I didn't.
No, I have no stats for the show.
No. Oh, goodness. I also had to tell you the stats for a cannon, correct?
Yeah, I guess there's like a basic stat for cannon.
Okay. So the cannon.
Oh.
The cannon is, depends on what projectile you have loaded into it.
Okay.
You can have either a cannonball, chain ball, or a grape shot.
Grape shot?
Yep. Or a bomb.
They're different.
Yeah.
Hit die.
Damn. Yep. It's a 1d10 plus 5 for the cannonball. 2d6 plus 3 for the chain ball. Grape shot is 44 plus 3. And the bomb is 2d10 plus 6. The shadow is going to give you a plus 5 on all stealth checks while using it.
While using it?
While using it.
And do I have charges or?
You would
Or do I have to take the bonus action to activate it?
Well, it's like it makes you tired when you use it.
Okay.
So, like, you would have to rest more frequently, or it would... Yeah. But, yeah, you would only want to use it twice per day.
Okay.
But it would be active for the duration of combat if you wanted to use it.
And so is there like a time limit if I'm using it outside of combat?
Well, it feeds on light, so you can use it passive.
During the day.
Yeah.
And at night, kind of.
But if you're using it kind of like active, you get kind of like
you're not
using power.
Basically.
Using power, kind of like a give and take.
Right,
with
it's like
attack.
I wouldn't have... It would be like if you use one charge to use it outside, but then you're not actually gaining any charges. You're not generating any power.
Right. You feel like you're solar powered.
I got you. I understand what you're saying. Okay.
Superman. So that would be 2 per day for active or like combat, but you can use it passively. Kind of.
During the day.
Yeah. When you're using it, you get a +2 on all of your blades.
Blade attack?
Blades. So like swords, spears, not projectiles.
Gotcha.
Blades in hand.
Yep.
Because a shadow creeps along the same. It's not like you can cast a darkness spell. It's added to where. Have you read the?
I believe so. I mean, it's like darkness is I think it's 30-foot diameter.
Like it's
in a big sphere.
Yep.
And then normally no one can see inside it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an unnatural darkness. Can I see inside it?
Yep.
Okay. Do I get like 1 cast per day?
Yeah, it's basically the same as the drow ability for that one.
Okay.
Your armor makes it so that you have a +1 to your AC.
Okay.
Because you look less tangible when it's active in combat.
Gotcha.
Kind of like a shadow form, if you will. It doesn't like increase any of your movement speed or anything.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Well, moving in darkness, you're able to move like +5 feet.
Okay.
So, because it's nighttime, you're feeling alright. Yeah, there's moonlight. You basically dance around the whole of the deck of the ship.
No.
I don't know why the word escaped me.
You know how Cash go
moron.
crazy at night.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, just running around.
Screaming from one side to the other.
Getting all the energy out that they've been saving up all day.
Scratching the mast. We go now to Bartholomew. Could I have you roll 2d6, please?
So we can lean
Is
forward.
this, those D6?
Those d6.
Those D6. Well, time to bring out the special dice.
Oh, shit.
4.
You are haunted by the feeling that you haven't gained enough wealth in your life, but nothing otherwise ominous haunts you.
Seems pretty normal for him.
You constantly feel the itch that you could have some ill-gotten gain, even if you could walk up and, for some reason, better odds and get double or nothing.
Bro, are you talking about my real life?
This is still overnight, right? Like everyone's just chilling, sleeping, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. But he's awake right now? Or is this something while he's dreaming?
That would be just what he's thinking.
Okay, so he is awake.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe, yeah. He would be sitting in the galley,
Alright.
just
So
finishing eating.
when this thought sort of takes over whatever he'd been thinking prior, kind of this like new, really strong, emotionally like connected thought. Yeah. He's gonna decide. I say in air quotes because it's more of like, you know, almost like an instinct. But he's gonna start kind of perusing around the ship, looking around, seeing if there's anything, you know, worthwhile.
Valuable.
Valuable.
Fuck's sake. He's gonna go look for valuable.
I wouldn't necessarily say that at this moment in time he's going to, if he finds any, take them, but he's going to at least make notice of where things are. Kind of a Josh to me trait almost, although not like a normal thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Listen.
At his first glance, have you ever walked into a room and noticed indefinite complexity, but at the same time it was almost patterned?
Have you ever tripped before?
I don't think I've ever walked into a room before.
I don't think RJ's done DMT before.
Everything is covered in like gilded, flowery wallpaper.
Yeah, no, I get that kind of like a
portraits everywhere. There's vases. There's lighting.
Yeah, it's chaos, but at the same time, it's all pattern.
It's a big thing.
And then there's moss just randomly growing over some of the stuff as if it's never moved. And then there's piles of dust on the lanterns as well.
We're getting very
Wait, are you actually describing something in the game now, or are you this still your like
here.
imagine this kind of deal?
Imagine that.
Okay. I've never had a situation where there was like moss and stuff growing on there.
Yes, too much D&D.
But I understand, yes.
Okay.
My brain
I might be skewing a bit
Too abstract.
abstract.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's alright. I think I get the gist of what you're going for.
Not remotely, I'm sure. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay. Wunderbar.
You have to remember, RJ has not done DMT before.
He's missing.
Oh, I haven't?
No, you haven't.
Oh.
Don't even try to lie to me.
There seems to be not a single spare space.
I got a 10.
To your eye, it looks slightly more than a extremely cluttered space that is not filled with anything immediately grabbable that has intrinsic worth to your eye. You don't see a whole lot of precious metals. You don't see a whole lot of things that are made out of anything that's familiar to you as far as material. Everything appears to be odd little trinkets and or idols, artifacts.
One man's trash is another man's treasure, but I'm the trash man.
Right. There does appear to be several picture frames that have actual maps rather than
Pictures.
paintings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But none of those seem to be noteworthy.
None of those are noteworthy.
Okay.
No.
So it's
And
just
none of them
it's a
are
junk
places.
drawer of a room. Got you.
That's the
In
just
his
that.
eyes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
There's a handful of standard weapons in a corner, kind of like in a little stand.
But just like old weapons. Nothing
Yeah.
like gilded or special. Okay. Well, he's just gonna pretty much like for the next little while he's just gonna kind of carry on like going around the ship just looking at different things and inspecting, looking for anything that might be valuable, take note of it.
You can go ahead and roll a investigation check.
That's a hot 3 from Chaboy.
Damn.
All right.
You know how to see stuff.
He's very interpretive.
I can find my way back to my own room. That's about it.
You might find one pearl necklace, and there appears to be a couple of coins on the floor, but nothing.
Well, now that he's kind of taken stock of all this and noted absolutely nothing
Did he
worthwhile.
want to search below decks as well, then?
Oh yeah, like I said, he was just gonna
Pass
through
where
the night,
cannons
pass
were.
the time, just the whole ship, much as he
whole
can without raising suspicion or waking anybody up that's sleeping.
He finds the main area where it looks like there could be oars, possibly, but the oars have been removed, and the seats still sit empty. They now appear to be just empty seats. At the end, there is a door that appears to be locked. The second deck is where the cannons were, and that one's right below the main deck. So the one underneath, the basement level would be where the bottom level would be where the oars.
Yeah. That locked door, does he know, has he learned yet what, like, that is supposed to lead to, or has an idea where that leads to?
No.
Okay.
There is no indications or markings.
So it's not, but it wouldn't be somebody's cabin, likely?
Nope.
Okay. He would like to look around, make sure no one's watching kind of deal.
Okay.
And then try and take a stab at picking the lock with his thieves' tools.
Can I roll a coincidence check
A coincidence check.
to see if anything seems to creep up on him?
At this moment, I believe she was scurrying around on the top of the deck.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's
The top deck. And this is down beneath...
bottom deck.
Yeah. It's the
She's
bottom
above deck.
Yeah.
Top deck, mid deck, low deck,
Yeah.
and above deck.
Where's the poop deck?
Poop deck is above deck.
I know.
The poop deck is in the back. Make sure you make sure you use the air
Captain's
freshener,
cabin is at the back on the top.
like where it usually
I know,
is
The
in-
back
on
of
ships.
where the cannon area, which also puts you right below the captain's cabin, is where the other cabins are. Across from the captain's cabin is where the galley is.
The captain's cabin is where we had the meeting with him, right? Where he was showing us the map.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the same kind of room. All right, but he's gonna try picking the lock for this door with his thieves' tools.
Damn, and you're really good at sleight of hand, aren't you?
I have no idea, actually. Maybe.
All right.
All right. That's gonna be a 15.
Unfortunately, the door does not open.
Okay, well, he's not gonna push his luck in this case. Not this time. So he's just gonna let that be and carry on.
Okay.
So, and has he basically explored the entirety of the ship that he wouldn't, like, noticeably be finding trouble, like invading somebody's quarters, essentially, everything but like that. Like, he's been to the galley, he's been all the decks and things, looking around.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
after...
the ship is not like...
Yeah, I know it's not a huge ship.
No, it's
Yeah.
pretty small.
Yep.
Wait, he went to the galley. Did he run into Tevon?
If he did, he's probably in a drunken
Tevon,
slumber.
Tevon would either be... hold on. Could I actually have you do a constitution check?
Wasn't that
Okay.
where he was?
Well, I know what Tevon's doing.
Because the galley's where we
Drinking.
eat.
No, he's smoking a bowl. He doesn't have any alcohol, remember?
Ah, you're right.
But here's the thing:
He
isn't the
does have weed, though.
isn't the galley where I started because I was eating when that thought came over me?
You said Constitution?
Yeah,
That's 10.
you pretty high.
Yeah.
Match.
Natch.
Yeah. Tevon's pretty baked there in the galley. He's finishing off this bowl and he's just kind of staring off into space. He's got half a meat pie in his mouth, and he's really, really wanting to chase it with some wine. But he's just thinking about the universe, bro.
He's thinking about all the places that his tribe hasn't conquered yet.
Yeah. Would this be before Bartholomew has left the galley, do you think? Or
I mean, he's kind of just like...
Or I think it's happened as...
Yeah, he's kind of just set up shop there. I think he's probably got his hammock hung between, like, two of the shelves in the storage area of the galley. He kind of just lives in that area. Yeah. So he's just chilling right now. Hey, I mean, it's a pirate ship. Sanitation went out the window. But no, so I mean, like, he's...
You shit overboard, that's the rule.
So sanitation walk the plank.
Number 2 on the plank only. But yeah, no, he's just chilling. He's, just kind of kicking it. So he's definitely still awake when Bartholomew wanders through. But I think that, like you said, he's pretty high. I think at this point he wouldn't have any reason to necessarily suspect anything of him. He definitely sees him wander in.
Okay. Bartholomew wanders in and he sees Tevon half-baked, and yeah, he's just done a whole scan over the ship.
Okay, so after he completes this kind of, I guess, self-inducted tour of the ship,
Can I just... So you have Tevon baked out of his mind, and you have Bartholomew running around the ship. like he's a meth head trying to find any TV or electronic he can to get his fix.
Yep.
So, with no such luck really on finding anything, he's just gonna kind of give up on it for tonight, and he's gonna go back to his quarters for the rest of the night.
So, Tevon, as he falls asleep, he finds himself dreaming again of wealth and riches, and he sees himself as a man walking through long, rich vineyards, and he feels that he has all of the wine that he needs, but he can't drink any of it. It seems just out of his reach. And he desires it so badly. And in the morning, when Tevon finally stirs from his sleep, he finds that he is sleeping against a new cask of wine, and his hand is clutching a mysterious object in his pocket. But he doesn't pay attention to it, as he immediately turns and decides to start the morning with a fresh glass to make sure he's not quite imagining things.
Yeah, so I don't remember from last session or where, maybe it could have even happened in the interim. We did establish that by this point he has realized that the barrels that he brought on board were in fact just water, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so he wakes up, he's got this cask of wine that he is clutching. What? And I think he pulls his bowl out of his pocket and looks at that, and just to make sure that like he didn't smoke anything other than weed last night. And he goes, "I can't be imagining this, but where did this come from?" So he's going to do, probably futile, but an investigation check nonetheless to see if he can figure out where this came from. 14.
At a 14, he notices, as he checks the inventory, that the same inventory is there, but one barrel has been added. Nothing more seems to be out of the ordinary.
Okay. It's not like me to not keep an accurate inventory of the libations, but, well, I won't quibble too much with this, and I suppose I had better inspect it for quality control purposes. So he spikes the keg to put the spigot in, and pours himself a nice hefty glass and takes a long sip.
I'm gonna need you to do a constitution check.
Oh boy. That's an 8.
He finds that the wine is very fine. So much so that he finds himself half drunk before he is a quarter of the way through his glass. But he ain't no bitch, so he's finishing that sucker.
Tevon
And
does not leave a glass unfinished.
I think as Tevon's putting this glass away, Eve comes walking down. Good morning, Tevon.
Oh, good morning, blood evening. How was your watch?
Very good. I was wondering, in fact, do you know who's supposed to replace me?
Yeah, I saw that, the little guy, Bartholomew. He was, already, he did a couple quick passes. I think he's probably, the next on patrol.
Very good, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Will you be cooking breakfast?
Breakfast? Yeah, breakfast, yeah. Give me like, 10 minutes. Breakfast, yeah, I got breakfast.
Thank you very much. And, I think Eve is going to go to the cabins and find Bartholomew and wake him up. Hello? Good morning, Bartholomew? Now she's gonna just start scratching at the door.
Bartholomew!
The door opens up. Excuse me, what are you doing to me door?
I was simply kneading at it.
If there are any scratch marks on the other side of this door, I'll be having myself a nice new tabaxi hide for winter time.
That is quite dark. However, I'd like to see it happen.
What do you want?
I believe it is your watch.
Wrongo. I believe it is, August? What's... I don't remember names. It's trivial. The other one of your kind.
Oh, the street cat, Ember.
That one. Yes, it's their watch. I have to drive the boat later. I need my beauty sleep. Good day. And he closes the door.
Ember!
Hi, lass. What's up?
I was told it is your watch.
My watch? Those humans. Bart, or where the hell his name is?
Bartholomew?
Oh, that's right. I thought it was his watch.
I don't really know whose watch it is. I was told it was his, but now I'm being told it is yours.
Alright. I'll take the rest of the watch.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Tevon is making some breakfast, if you'd like some.
Oh, I'm always down for breakfast.
Before you start your watch, of course.
Alright, sounds good. Go get some shut-eye. I'll go looking for some food, and then I'll get my watch underway. And Ember does so. He leaves his cabin, heads over to Tevon to get some breakfast, and then he makes his way to the deck to start his watch.
So we'll start with breakfast.
Yay!
Tevon, I would like for you to roll a survival check.
All right.
With disadvantage.
Well, it's not going to get much more disadvantage than that. That is going to be a flat 2.
Oh, shit.
So,
Boom, boom, boom.
Instead of actually preparing eggs and other things like bacon for breakfast, he has indeed taken some of the scraped off barnacles and cooked them in a pot.
Okay.
And then seasoned them with salt water and served them on a plate.
All right. All right, everybody, step on up. Here we go. You got the, here we go. Just a big old heaping helping for you, heaping helping for you. Everybody, come on in.
Tevon,
What on earth?
what is this?
It's breakfast.
I mean,
You're feeding us barnacles, brother.
I've had worse. I grew up on the street.
I mean, it's protein. What more do you want from me?
Hey, protein's protein. I'm down for that. I'm always down for foreign food.
These things are 90% silica, brother. You can't eat these.
Could I have Tevon roll a perception check? Just at normal. Because now he's scrutinizing.
11.
Okay. He just so happens to notice his error, and instead spins around and notices the most immediately edible thing, and just passes bread around the table.
Okay. Oh shit! Shit! Give me those. And he grabs the
Hey,
dishes
mate.
real quick
What's wrong?
and dumps them back in.
Protein.
Dumps them back into the pot. Gives them all a quick wipe and real quick just slices up a couple pieces of bread, throws them on the plate, hand them back.
Oh, I was kind of hoping for some protein this morning.
I got some bread. Protein. I got.
You know what? Just
I got mushrooms.
Yes. I would
no,
very much
I
like some of your
wouldn't say
magic
that-
mushrooms.
wouldn't say
I
that's-
bought those exclusively for me, actually.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's much protein in there, but I mean,
You're
you know what?
very wrong.
Let me know when you get some eggs done. I'm gonna go take my watch. I'll just take this bread here, Just let me know when you get done with the eggs.
Okay, so Blood Moon wants some magic mushrooms.
The Van Maka mushrooms are a part of my ancient culture.
Okay.
Tohatu just grabs a mango and walks out without saying a word.
Okay. Tevon goes to his secret hiding spot in the back
Secret hiding spot.
and retrieves a small sprinkle full of the good, because he does also have normal, we'll say edible mushrooms, but he retrieves some of the
Sprinkle.
The good.
a little sprinkle,
Magic mushrooms.
a little sprinkle of the good mushrooms,
Magic
and places
They're only
places
long
those into
days out at sea with nothing else to do.
places those into Blood Moon's palm. Yeah, but he's drunk. He doesn't know that. He places those into Blood Moon's palm and says, "You be very careful with these."
Oh, please, do not worry. Like I said, the Van Maka mushrooms are a very ancient part of my culture.
And she's actually going to take them and go back to her room and perform the ceremony required to ingest the Van Maka mushroom.
Basically, she's just gonna eat them.
Yeah, but first she has to get into the right headspace by performing the correct ceremonial procedures.
Oh man, I was really hoping that she didn't know that they were magic mushrooms, and then you would have a weird cat running up and down the halls, chasing unicorns and running away from dragons.
Hey, bud. I need you to do a constitution check.
The Constitution rolls today are real.
When taking drugs, that's the key thing.
They're pirates.
Some of them are. Some of them are just wannabes at this
Is it a
point.
saving throw? Doesn't matter. 14.
Trip all right, but you're not like losing it. You just have a good time. Me, don't leave your room.
A peaceful time.
Yeah.
Of self-discovery. And understanding.
Yep. Maybe remember some forgotten things. So, without everyone having a filling breakfast and just having some light toast, they walk out onto decks, and the cabin finally walks down from his cabin.
All right, then. Well, the first destination on your map should be... You were looking for the information brokers, the Chronoracles. They'll be telling us exactly where we'll be finding the items that we'll be looking for today. Treasures beyond your wildest dreams, gentlemen. But maybe not in the way you might see them. All right, then. I believe I gave you a heading.
Yes, you did. 6 degrees west.
Sunrise. Yes, indeed. Right then. Bartholomew, to the helm.
Aye, Captain.
Ember, I'll be needing your keen voice up on the main mast in the crow's nest.
Alright, sounds good.
Did someone bring Tohatu up?
Already here, Captain.
Oh, good. Did you bring Dredge?
He's still there.
You left him down in the bottom.
No, I brought him up.
Oh, good.
If I didn't give you the stat, while you are using him in combat, the anchor...
I can use him in combat. Oh, yeah!
Did I not...
The fucking anchor.
Oh, I apologize.
Told us this, you did
Did I not explain this game mechanic?
Tell me.
I thought we had talked about that in particular.
No. No, not at all.
Okay. You aren't bound to him because you don't have the bracelets.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you carrying him with you. There's not a place to leave him on the ship.
So I just have him on my back?
You just carry him around with you, yeah.
The big brother.
Wait, is he like hauling the chain behind him too?
No, it disconnects from the chain.
Okay.
That's why the anchor, they had to go get the anchor. It's because it disconnected from the chain.
So can we just...
So then what was holding the boat in place?
Remember? It was only tied to the dock.
Okay.
Yeah, we had to go fetch drink.
Okay. Tevon's drunk. Don't worry about him.
Tevon's always drunk.
Tevon always
It's
does.
true.
Remember, there on the loopholes of the anchor, there wasn't any place where it attached to the chain.
Mm-hmm.
It's magic.
So he doesn't actually, at this point, even know that there's an anchor chain.
Better get some rope, bud.
Well, I already had some rope tied around him because I used it to haul him.
Exactly. You use the rope to bring it up. But
So
there's not a place to like tie it.
So I just tie him around myself, I guess. He's on my back.
Yeah, you're carrying him with you. Okay.
So I'm just dragging an anchor around on the boat, like a knuckle dragger, anchor in one hand.
Well, you are taller than it is long. It's just, to you, it doesn't seem that heavy. It's the Mjolnir effect, if you will. But because it gives you the bonus to your strength, it makes it feel you can wield it.
Alright, so what's like the
Stat.
what's the stats for like attacking with Dredge?
You don't really notice that he's heavy until you try to like move because you can't run. You're heavy.
No dash action for you, bud.
Basically, you move like Roadhog.
That's what I was thinking of, actually.
Yeah.
Oh my god, if you get a chain on the anchor and you could throw it at people and haul them in.
And then I have a blunderbuss.
Yes!
Ooh, better start working towards that, bud.
I'm there for it.
Yeah. That would be a 1d8 plus 1d4 for damage on it. Plus
Christ.
3.
What type of damage?
Well, if it's bludgeoning.
Okay.
Like, what would I add for like my, you know how they have an attack bonus?
Yeah.
Would that just be my strength plus my proficiency bonus still?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Which is really going to make you feel overpowered.
So, you said it was
Because
1d8?
you're getting a plus 3 to your modifier on strength while using him. And because you're not bound to him, you can set him down. When you set him down, it's like the strength fades from you, if you will.
Well, nobody better piss me off, or else I'll hit you with a bloody anchor. Okay, we good.
If you piss Tevon off, he'll dose your food.
Well, apparently he already tried to feed everybody barnacles. So.
Barnacles!
Different kind of dosing.
Oh, man.
Barnacles, SpongeBob.
Hello, everybody. This is Harrison.
Hey everybody, RJ here. I hope you're enjoying this episode of Realms and Nerds.
If you're not already, please subscribe to the show and turn on notifications so you don't miss any episodes.
It's available on pretty much every platform out there, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.
Once you're subscribed, consider sharing the show with a friend. Word of mouth is the best way to help us grow.
Thank you so much to our friend Kyle for composing the melody of our main theme. And of course,
As always, thank you for listening. We appreciate all of you, and we're so grateful to have your support. Now, back to the action.
Alright then, with everybody aboard, we're ready to set sail. Tevon, are you ready to man the sails? No, not Tevon. I am so sorry about that. Who am I talking to? Tohatu, you're ready at the sails.
Aye, Captain.
Too many T's. I think I said that before.
Captain, if it's all the same to you, I think I'll go, prepare lunch.
Yes, and get me a glass of that wine. Whatever it is, it must be good stuff.
The wine, yes, the wine, yes, I'll be right back, Captain.
So, with the direction pointed out, I need Bartholomew to do I think it was a sleight of hand check, wasn't it, for the wheel?
I don't know if you've given me that information yet. Let me see.
Yeah, we did it
Yes,
when we went to get
the first
Dredge.
time that we circled the bay to get...
It was sleight of hand.
Okay.
And Tohatu needs to do a strength check for the sails. Make sure he can catch some wind, which
I can
should
break.
feel a little bit easier. Ember needs to do perception, I think it was.
That's an unnatural 20.
Nice. All the wind, buddy.
That is also an unnatural 20 from Ember.
You got directions.
I can see the wind.
You can see the wind. Okay.
Can you paint with all the...
We're going to have some narrative flavor here already.
That's going to be nat 20 plus 4, 24.
We are rolling,
You are cruising. You ain't going anywhere but where you want to go. So, with that being said, far to your west, that would be where the sun sets, you can see much of nothing. And then off to the south, you can also see much of nothing. But off to the east, you see dark clouds, and they appear to be circling over an island. And you can see precisely where you're headed that there appears to be smoke just drifting up. And as the day passes, you get closer and closer, and the waves pass just beneath the bow. It passes over. It seems like it's beautiful day. They approach the island, and they can see that there are mountainous rocks standing out from one side and clouds that are around the other side.
As the ship has taken sail out of the harbor, Tevon has retrieved from the galley a fine cup of silver that has the same eye that's on the ship wrought into the side of it, and he's filled it with this wine and brought it up to the captain.
Well, thank you, Tevon. We're nearing our destination now. You can probably see if Ember's calling out the directions, which he has been. We're nearing the island now.
Ember can see the island, and he cries out, "Land ho!"
Aye, mates, Lando! We're coming up on the island.
Oh, good. We'll be catching a fair breeze that we reached it in a day. But it's not a far distance, but the seas can be a bit unpredictable out here.
Yeah, it's been pretty good up here, actually.
Yes, it seems unnatural forces seem to have propelled us. It is good that we are reaching our destination quickly. Good handling of the wheel, Bartholomew.
Aye, sir, thank ye.
There are sometimes reefs out here in the bay. Anyway, as we reach the Chronoracles, you'll have to take the longboats. I can't go inside. They don't much like me there. I got sticky fingers, and I like things that aren't mine. So, I'll be handing off a list. You'll need to be asking them things, and you'll each only be able to ask one question if I remember right. But anyway, you can either ask for things that you want or things that I want. But we'll see where our journeys lead us, and I'll know what you've asked. Anyway, we're approaching the Chronoracles now. You can either try to navigate through the harshest reefs, or you can try to navigate through Ship Scuttle Cove on the other. But we'll resupply on that side if we have to. Either way, we need to reach the cave entrance on the opposite side of the island from what we're coming now.
Why not just port over by where we need to be going then, Captain?
But there's not an official landing on the island.
Ah, I see. Well, which one will get us closer to there?
Well, the main entrance is in the center of the island. You'll find it there. Your best luck will be Ship Scuttle Cove.
Ship Scuttle Cove it be then.
Righto. Board the longboats.
The whole crew is to board the longboats.
Eve
Okay.
never has been woken up.
What was that?
Or, like, Eve's still in her room.
Oh, that's true.
Ember will go and fetch Eve.
And she's super stoned.
It's not.
She's not stoned. She's tripping. Tevon's a good, strong boy. He's helping to get the longboats into the water.
So is Tohatu.
As everyone's going to the longboats, the captain passes to the first mate a short list. He says,
If you can't ask for everything on the list, I totally understand. It's just a matter of, we got to find everything eventually on the list, and we can stop by back here when we need to.
Alright, I'll give it a shot.
Thank you.
Ember's gonna take the list and pocket it and then head off to help with the longboats.
So
No,
they...
wait, I lied. Ember's gonna go fetch Eve first.
Okay. He goes and rouses Eve.
Oi, Eve!
Tata, yes, come in.
We're about...
Come
Ember walks in. Aye, better get yourself up and around. We're about to take off on some longboats.
I can see the pain and suffering in your past. You really have had a hard life.
I mean...
I'm sorry if I was cold to you at first. I haven't met many of my kind that have grown up anywhere other than where I've been.
No, I'd say we've got off just fine. I mean... Are you high?
No.
Are you sure? You seem a little out of it.
No.
Well, get yourself up and around. We're taking off.
And where are we going?
We are heading off to an island to talk to some seers or some shit. Not exactly sure what they're called anymore. But got myself a list here of things we need to ask them for the captain. Captain can't come along. They don't like him, apparently. So, yeah, get yourself around. We're gonna need your help.
Very well. Could I see the list?
Nah. The captain gave it to me specifically. I'm just gonna hang on to it for now.
That is very rude of you.
No,
I've completely changed how I feel about you.
I guess that's nice to know. Up front,
And
I
she
like
walks
it.
away.
He walks away. We're in your room.
Walks past you.
All right. Yeah. Sheila's got a bit of a problem with me. All right.
As they board the longboats, they find that despite the captain's warnings that they have little to no trouble getting ashore, and they find where it was called Ship Scuttle Cove, because there's seems to be a couple of vessels that just seem to be abandoned, not because they are there waiting for passengers, but because whatever passengers they were bearing don't seem to have left.
As we go by, do the ships appear to have anything valuable on them?
Go ahead and do a perception check for me on that.
Oh yeah, we have to roll dice in this game.
Oh yeah.
12.
At best, you can find that there may be some forgotten suitcases or bags that have clothing, but other than that, there is nothing that seems to be other than packed goods for arriving rather than transporting any sort of riches. Like homesteaders, almost.
Gotcha.
It seems that the occupants of these ships had no intention of leaving.
Crowded island. That'll be interesting.
Yes, well, I am very eager to find my way back to land.
As you continue further into the island, it seems to be that the rock faces and the beach sand lead almost in a path that leads further into the island. You find a cave that seems almost like a chapel entrance that's carved out of stone. And as you enter this stone chapel as a party...
Before we enter, could Eve do a Arcana check?
Absolutely.
12.
Okay. Eve actually recognizes one or two of the deities on the outside of the face of the temple, because in fact there are the faces of nearly every deity on the outside of this temple. And she senses incredible amounts of magic, but it is almost like it is intangible even in the magical sense. It's like a static energy almost.
Is there a symbol for the Cat Lord somewhere?
Somewhere, yes.
Does she see it?
Yes.
Okay. Upon seeing it and seeing these other symbols, she will respectfully bow and then not pray, but say a few words in her own mind and then enter the building.
As we enter, Tevon also gives a quick bow to these deity depictions that are on the wall. Mostly just because, as I said before, he's a pantheonist, so he kind of accepts
all gods.
All gods. So he has no. I think he has no particular allegiance to. I mean, he has some that he follows specifically, but he just recognizes that all of these are gods that are worshipped by various members. So he bows to them just kind of out of a deferential respect.
And I think upon seeing Tevon bow, Eve says,
Tevon, do you too feel the presence in this space?
I believe that all of the gods have a place in our lives, and I would not disrespect any of them. I will give deference to any god.
Yes, but there is a peace here, a presence.
There certainly seems to be a presence that rests here. If it is a god or some spirit, I do not know, but I do feel the presence.
In my years of exploring the ancients' different lands and temples, whenever I came upon something new, you must walk in completely humble if you are to survive and appease whoever might be inside.
Humility is not my path. I am confident that anything before me is either someone to worship, someone to ally with, or someone to destroy. There is no other.
I wish you the best then.
So Tohatu is like in third, and he sees both of them bow. So he just kind of, are we bowing now? And he bows too, not knowing what's going on.
He doesn't have Dredge with him, remember, because he's on land.
Mm-hmm.
Just reminding.
Okay.
And the ship is anchored in the bay.
As they enter,
I bowed right.
as they enter, Ember's going to very casually pull his lute out and play a stirring short medley to, kind of boost their confidence. And he's in particular directing this at Tohatu. And I'm going to use Bardic Inspiration to give him a Bardic Inspiration die.
Sing us a jaunty tune.
No, he doesn't sing. He only plays music. His
Thank
friend
you,
is the
Ash,
singer.
for adding post work to RJ's plate.
You're welcome.
Continue.
You are welcome. But anyway.
Hey, that's a pretty good tune there.
Oh, well, thank you. I was kind of hoping you like it. And so, within the next 10 minutes, you can roll a D8. You can roll your D20 before deciding to use the die to add the results to any ability check, saving throw, or attack roll. He can decide to use it after he's rolled the D20. And that's within the next 10 minutes, just so you're aware.
Okay.
All right. So Ember strikes up a tune as they walk through, and as he wraps up his tune, they notice that they have walked a short ways down this corridor, and a voice that almost seems to step out of the darkness around them, which it is both pale and cold, the lighting in this area. It seems to be trapped in a visual aspect of both long shadows and pale white light. So there is a certain degree of twilight almost to this area, both light and dark. And a voice steps out and it says, "That is a very lovely tune. I don't think I have witnessed its kind before."
Oh, well, thank you. Made up myself.
You note this voice as coming from a tall, cloaked figure who is passing his hand over a book, and he says, "Thank you for sharing with us. I do believe the librarian you seek is further in."
And how do you know what we seek?
It is our job to know. It is for that reason that you are here, to learn the secrets that we keep.
Well, it makes our job a lot easier. Cool.
So you are blessed with knowledge.
Oh, knowledge is a blessing and a curse. For with knowledge comes the burden of not knowing how to convey it to others and make them truly understand.
Well, we thank you very much for this token of wisdom that you have given us.
And she will give a slight bow.
Further in,
Your knowledge is well given. And I would also say that with the burden of knowledge comes the burden of knowing.
And he also gives a slight bow.
Dang. Leaving with some deep thoughts.
Tohatu, again, seeing that both of them have bowed, bows to him too, and continues on his way.
Mate, you gotta stop doing that. You're embarrassing yourself.
He waves back at the cloaked figure.
Will you do a perception check?
I'm gonna use that inspiration die.
You're welcome.
For this? Yep. I want to know things. I want to know what love is.
Oh, I'll show you what love is, baby.
So that's...
The 2 T's going in.
That's 17.
The figure standing there raises his hand, and you can see that there is a scar stretching all the way across his palm, and that his face is also eyeless.
I mean, it isn't the weirdest thing that Tohatu's ever seen. I mean, getting dragged down to the bottom of the ocean and eaten, but he is still a little bit shaken by the visage of this man. And he just kind of about faces and keeps walking.
And you keep bowing?
He's like, okay, I didn't see that. I saw that, but I didn't see that. I saw it, but I didn't see it.
He also notices that the book that he had in his hand, he wasn't reading it. Rather, as his hand was passing over it, letters were appearing on the page.
Okay.
Continue on your way down the hallway. Further in, you see more of these cloaked figures, and they increase in density, and they continue to, if you continue past them, just pointing you further in. And finally, you are led to a grand door that you open up, and on top the central cathedral, you find the inner sanctum. And you open the door, and there on top of what appears to be a staircase of bookcases, a tall, thin man who is sickly of complexion and missing one eye. The room is cylindrical, and it is lined entirely with books.
Hi, mate. How you doing up there? Oh, crap. I just ruined my own... Damn it.
I am just burdened. Burdened with all of this knowledge. But how are you doing?
Oh, well, we're doing just fine. We might be able to help you unburn yourself a little bit there, bud.
Well, Grand Oracle, you see, we in fact are here in search of knowledge. Perhaps we could take some of the burden off of your back.
Well, that always comes at a price, because never, ever give anything away for free if it's still got value.
All right.
That be for certain.
That sounds fair.
And what might the price be for your knowledge and wisdom?
Well, I've got people to feed, and this island doesn't grow food.
Oh, so all right. Sounds like a trading system. We just bring you some food, and we get some answers. I like that.
No, you gotta, what exactly do these people eat?
I don't
Because they might be eating us.
How the fuck am I supposed to know what they eat?
They might be eating us.
What do you mean might be eating us?
You didn't see what I saw. You didn't see what I saw. I saw some shit.
Were you on shrooms?
No. That's it, sir. That's Eve over there. Eve's on the shrooms, I think. What exactly? Oh, that's a question.
Yeah.
That's a
How
question.
about you leave the talking to me, alright? I'm on the list.
Okay. Alright.
Let's see how this goes, alright? Let's start with this Alright. Now, looking for some items. We're hoping you might be able to help us out. In exchange for the first one, what do you propose we trade for it?
Well, if you're asking,
Nah.
you're asking a price. We just demand a single new member to our commune for each item on your list.
Oh, alright. That's interesting. Very
Bart's gonna lean over to Tevon and whisper, I vote we leave the tabaxi.
We don't want any of you.
Oh, really?
You all don't know anything.
Wait, how did he hear?
Well, no, hey, now.
Ooh, that's creepy.
Shit. That's messed up. Well, alright, who do you want?
Only the highest scholars and people with banks full of knowledge. That's what I've got to sell, man.
Oh, alright. We've got to go find ourselves a bank of knowledge and see if we can.
So you are saying that if we bring you these high members of society and knowledge, that you will then give us information worthy of what they know?
Man, we can take you on credit.
Tevon is going to step forward and put his hand on Ember's shoulder and say,
Excuse me for a moment.
Oh, what's up, mate?
and then directing his attention to this figure up above them, he'll say,
Great learned one. We know that you see much, however, we do not have much to trade at the moment. We would appreciate whatever wisdom you could give us at the moment in exchange for a promise of gifts in the future.
and then he's going to give a slight bow.
Well, you seem to be seeking something for yourself. You seem like a bottomless pit. Looking for drink.
Well, he's got
And I
one
can
thing.
tell you something for free. If it's drink that you're looking for.
Every other want I have been able to satisfy by war and conquest, so yes, it is the drink that I seek.
Well, then, you might find a certain island in your interest. Are you taking on a contract for information?
I am willing to give you your fair price for whatever information you can provide.
Oh, it'll be worth it to you. You're looking for the drinking horn. Can give you endless wine. It's in the grove of the drunken wanderer. You'll be finding him. It was a vineyard. Yes, there was a party. Anyway, you're looking for an island not more than 2 days away. You'll just have to convince your captain. I don't see him among you.
Yes, the captain was,
Or is the
indisposed.
Right. He said that, he has some sticky fingers, he doesn't wanna...
Shut up. I am sorry, learned one. This one does not understand the decorum of, polite society. The captain was unable to join us for, reasons that are unimportant to your understanding.
Yeah. Sure. Anyway, it's your stuff that he didn't mention that you wanted. It's not your stuff that you're here for. He mentioned he gave you a list, right?
I know nothing of this list. I am merely here to experience the wonders of the world. I believe that with your knowledge you have heard of my tribe before and you know what I seek.
Well, I told you a minute ago you're a bottomless pit, looking for drink.
Well, he's got you, Peg.
Downey.
I'm sure he's got us all pegged, given the time.
And what do you require for this information?
Oh, you'll find a soul in a port looking for passage.
Oh, shouldn't be too hard.
Yep. They'll be of a high stately nature. You'll find them. They stand out in the crowd of yokels.
Now, hold on. We bring this guy to you. Will you be willing to trade information for him, or is this just payment for the information you gave a friend here?
Each contract is individual.
Well, that's rather interesting. I guess we better find some high-standard people with some
No,
know-how.
didn't you already hear him?
Now,
Didn't you already hear him? He's gonna give us credit. We ask him some questions, he's gonna answer them for us, and then we bring in the people afterwards.
Well, how many questions are you willing to answer to give us credit on?
How many mines will you go get me?
As many as it takes. You gotta get these
Acquire
items.
all the knowledge in the universe.
Well, let's not get carried away there, bud. I'm just talking about this here list I got on me. And he waves it in front of him. I don't need the whole universe's information. I just need enough to get me by through this list. So,
Now hold on. What I'd like to know, given this information, would be free of charges. What happens to those who don't pay what they owe?
Oh, well,
I'll take that up with your captain, and I'm sure he'll have some things that he'll settle it out.
Smiley. That's alright. Okay.
Just information needed in case of situations arising.
Well, we better not have to dump our cargo now, will we? Alright, so,
Well, you were the cargo.
kind of what I'm getting at. Anyway, so, first on the list, let's just start with the one for now, and then we can figure out the rest later.
Yeah, it might work out better if you just bring a new mind with you as often as you can, and we'll just tell you where the next thing is.
Can we start with the first one, or we have to go find this wine guy?
Well, we could do either or.
Alright, well, let's start with the first one, and we'll figure out the rest later. Alright, the first one we're looking for would be the sharpest shears.
Yep. Okay. The sharpest shears you will find in a basket, in a shack of the reality stitcher. That man sits on the edge of the universe. He's gotta have those shears, man.
Alright. Alright, Ember takes note of this. Well, looks like we got ourselves a heading. Thank you kindly for the information. We'll be sure to bring you back a soul in exchange for it.
Yeah. I'll give you this map that will point you in the right direction if you bring me a choice soul. 100 years old or more.
Oh, rather interesting. I like it. Up in the ante. Alright. You got yourself a deal there, mate.
Alright?
And he extends his hand to shake hands with him to close the deal and all that.
Enlightened one, I have a question.
Groveling one, I have an answer.
What if we are able to provide you with information you do not know?
Well, that would certainly be a surprise. Don't entice me with games, there's no way. But I'll let you dangle the carrot, as it were. We would enter into a game to see who could find the newest information first. Or we would find a way to reward you. Perhaps even make you a member of our colony.
Well, I expect that we will be returning to you soon.
Right then.
Well, we thank you for your time, and we'll get right on that. Thanks, mate. And Ember turns around with purpose and starts walking for the door.
Tevon is already walking away.
Eve will give a bow, take a step back, and then turn and exit the room.
Ember takes his lute out again and starts playing a merry little tune to go along with their success in this endeavor and gain a little bit of information out of them.
Tohatu gives him a wave and scampers off with the rest of them. On their way back to the ship, Tohatu is gonna grab Tevon by the shoulder, and he's gonna say, "You know, you're pretty haughty for a drunk. You should probably watch your back. I've killed people rougher than you." And he walks away.
Tevon is gonna kind of sort of catch his elbow as he attempts to walk away and sort of turn him around.
At this time, I view you as an ally. But just know that should that change, there is no force known to this world that can stop me from destroying you.
Well, that's great, because I'm pretty sure the powers given to me ain't from this world. And he's gonna give him a big smile, and that smile is gonna reveal all the rows of teeth that have sprouted in his mouth from his tangle with the undertow.
Sure. Tevon is mildly surprised, but he quickly recovers and leans in.
Power can be taken. Resolve never dies.
Tevon is going to continue walking back towards the boats.
Okay. Everybody is headed back towards the boats, and they board them and paddle back out to the ship. Of course, they have to weigh anchor, and Ember is going to be conferring with the captain briefly. Ember!
All right, Captain.
I believe, they gave you a heading?
Well, sort of. It's a little complicated. But we do have a map that should show us the way. And he whips the map out that he was given.
Oh,
But
good.
As soon as the captain handles it, it appears to almost wither away.
Ember just stares like, what just happened?
As he reaches into his bag, he finds another one, but it's only in his bag.
Where'd this come from? He pulls the map out.
Well, he's holding it. Yeah.
Oh.
Captain, I'm sorry if I may interject. There is an island not 2 days sailing from here that I do believe would be a worthwhile stop on our quest.
I concur, Captain.
Ah, yes. That be Vine Island. Well, I do believe that there is something to be found there.
Yes, Vine Island. The Oracle has told me much of it, and I believe that we should stop there on our journeys.
Mm-hmm.
The captain eyes him suspiciously, but is otherwise not fazed by this mentioning.
Tohatu's going to look at Ember, and he's gonna whisper in Ember's ear, "Fucking drunk."
You too.
Yes, well, Captain, on other news, it appears that we have to see the reality stitcher on the edge of the known universe. So, I don't know if we can sail there.
Oh, this craft will take you there. It'll take a while to get there. We'll have plenty of ports out our way.
Well, sounds like we're heading to Vine Island first. Let's get ourselves some drink and then let's move on. I like it.
Right then, set sail.
With that, you are given a heading, and go ahead and roll a perception check.
That's an unnatural 20. I should probably mention my perception is +8.
It's no plus 12.
No, it's not +12, but I mean, hey, it gets you there.
Well, then, alright. You can easily see where the obstacles are and can give clear directions to avoid them if you so choose.
Oh, I choose. There will be no crashing of this ship.
Tohatu grabs Dredge again and throws him over his shoulder and says, "You miss me?"
Well, I can say that I thought a lot down there. Yeah, maybe. Did you miss me?
A little bit, brother. A little bit.
Well, that's good.
Why do you say it like that?
No reason. It's just so lonely. Nobody but the fishes in the dead.
You can take 5 Dredge hits. That's okay. And I gotta roll a strength roll, don't I?
Actually, after you have bonded with the anchor, after the first time, you don't actually have to do a strength check to pull him out.
Okay.
But you do for the sails.
Okay. Well, do you want me to roll for the sails now?
Yeah, you can do that.
This is a dice rolling game.
Mm-hmm.
Is it though?
Ooh, 15.
Yeah, you catch a fair wind. And as the ship leaves the island, they can't help but feel that there is a dark sense of mystery that is constantly grown. They know even less about their captain and his ventures than they did when they first left port, and even now, they are venturing out into the unknown.